Extravagance or waste? Those are two words that we can use that seem to be contradictions to one another. How you perceive waste and how you perceive of your point of view. And there are a couple of stories that we can relate to which will show us what this means. There's a famous story written by an American author known as O. Henry, and it was entitled The Gift of the Magi. And it's a story of two loving people, Jim and Della, and they loved each other extremely well. They had a wonderful relationship with one another. And when Christmas came, they wanted to give each other the best gift that they could. Now, Della had long, beautiful hair, and she prided herself on the beauty of her hair. And it was the most precious thing she had. So she said, I know I'm going to give Jim the best gift I can give. I'm going to give him my gift of love. So she went and had her hair cut, and she sold it. And Jim had a very famous heirloom, which was his father's and his grandfather's, and it was his precious watch. And she said, if I can sell my hair, I can buy a watch fob for him. And so she does. She cuts off the most precious thing she has to give to Jim for Christmas. Meanwhile, Jim loves his wife dearly and doesn't know what he could get her, but he knows how much she loves her hair. So he sells his watch, an heirloom that meant so much to him. After all, it was his father's and his grandfather's. And he goes and he sells it, and he buys a set of combs so that his wife, Della, could have something to adorn her hair. And when Christmas comes, they exchange their gifts, only to find out that the gift that they give no longer has really little or no use. But the story says it doesn't matter about the gift, what it was. What matters is the meaning behind the gift, the love, the care, the concern, and the total self-love of each other. See, whether it was a waste or whether it was extravagance, it's a matter of perspective. And we have another story in the Gospels where the same thing happens. We have Mary, the sister of Lazarus and Martha. And what does she do? She takes her money, she goes to the cellar, she buys the most expensive jar of oil that she can find, and she comes, and when Jesus comes to the house with the apostles and disciples, what does she do? She doesn't save that. She comes and she gets at the feet of Jesus, and she pours that precious, precious oil on his feet. Little did she know that in a few weeks from now, that would be a symbol of him dying on the cross. And she was anointing his body. No, she didn't think about the money that might have been her whole life savings. She thought about what could she give Jesus that was the most precious thing that she could give him. And so she anoints him. See, whether it's extravagance or whether it's wasteful is a matter of perspective. And so many times we see this in our life, and we certainly saw it in the life of Jesus, when people saw things from the two different points of view. We saw Jesus feeding the hungry, and people saw it as a waste. We saw people coming to Jesus looking for a cure and walking away non-believing. There are many, many times in Christian life that we see contradictions. Yes, extravagance or waste. But when it comes to us to say, how am I going to give back to God the things he's given to me? What am I going to give God in return for all that he has given to me? Am I willing to go to the depths of my being and give the very, very best of what I have, will it be a waste or will it be extravagant?